Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
The data archaeologist Marzuk is about to uncover a backup server from before the fall. Naturally, Firewall wants to keep an eye on the endeavor to make sure the technology hasn't been subverted by the Titans. Join our team of sentinels, consisting of Hex, played by Joaquin, Nyal, played by Slavik, and Sava, played by Becker, as they set out to make a fateful decision based on their concept of personhood, property, contractual obligations, and the greater good of transhumanity. In The Black Spot, written by Anders Sandberg, for the Eclipse Phase role-playing game by Post-Human Studios. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with our releases. There you'll also find an invite link to our Discord chat. If you'd like to support us financially, you can also find us on Patreon at Twin Cities by Night. Last time, on The Black Spot, our sentinels traveled with Marzuk, the data archaeologist, to an asteroid known as Decator for short. They uncovered a hidden server in a secured container, broke it open, and then I have to do a little retcon. The server was heavily encrypted, but with their quantum computer, they managed to break through. To be safe, Nyal forked himself, and there's now 2 copies of him. One on the courier ship, one in a drone that he sent out to operate the computer and do all the technical bits. This Nyal then looked at the data on this old server and found pre-fall server from Monolith Industries. This copy of Nyal then discovered strategic documents that Marzuk deems valuable, but also there is a large file simply known as El Capitan. Analyzing the file structure, the copy of Nyal finds this must be in artificial general intelligence. But being from before the fall, it shows none of the limitations that are now required pretty much everywhere in the solar system. So this is in fact a seed AI, and with that we can jump right in. Nyal, what do you do with this newfound information?
It's a very good question. I think I'll let Sava and Hex know through our secure channel.
And then once receiving the text from Nyal, Hex will go, oh, interesting. I didn't think I would have thought they all, burned up in the purge or deleted afterwards.
Some apparently got lost.
Is it aware of its surroundings? Does it do that?
I think it's asleep.
Yeah, you're pretty sure. You booted up the server, basically cold start, and nothing was running on there. You just looked at files.
So to clarify for Becca, seed AIs are the precursors to the Titans?
Basically, seed AI, it's called seed because they can make themselves smarter and smarter and smarter. And so eventually what led to the Titans was that they made themselves so smart, they just went, full Skynet on us and then went Lovecraftian on us. And then they basically made themselves so smart we don't understand them anymore. And so a seed AI has the potential to become like that. AGIs, they're just robots, are dumbed down, so they learn at the same rate as a human would. So a seed AI can basically be it's like a exponentially increasing intelligence, potentially AI.
Okay, then Sava's initial reaction to this is, do we know where it's at? But that's not quite as descriptive as what I want.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Yeah, we know it's asleep, but do we know how smart it is kind of the idea.
Yeah.
Is it currently a threat?
I don't think so, because it is still a computer thing. So unless it's super advanced, like quantum computing, it's not that big a server thing. So it's not that smart yet.
It's also limited by its hardware. It's true.
Yeah, definitely. The Titans especially were known in their phase when they started to achieve super intelligence. They basically started to control every server on Earth and even some off Earth to amass more power. But they did this in a hidden way. So things just stopped working for a little bit and you didn't know why. And then it was in complete Titan control. But right now, this is just one server. and it doesn't seem to do much of anything.
I don't like this.
Then again, we can probably count the things you'd like in like 2 hands. So
You're not wrong, but given what Marzuk wants to do with it, I don't think this is going to go well.
well, you got that right, definitely. Either we can sell this to someone who doesn't want to kill us for having a seed AI. They then proceed to exploit it and potentially cause a second fall, which I have been told was not a good thing to live through.
It was terrible. Understatement of the century, I'm sure.
Actually, Sava is the only one present who has lived through the fall, I think.
Yep, I'm a
Nyal is
brain.
uplifted on a Titan far, far away from Earth. Hex was born or created after the fall and has her own horrors to speak of. And Marzuk got lucky. He comes from Earth, but due to his job being a data archaeologist of sorts, he was tasked to bring, a bunch of data and documents from Earth to other stations. And so he was traveling around.
All right, so Hex will turn to Marzuk and after this whole conversation with the others, like, this is not really what we were hoping for, is it?
Well, these strategic documents that I got here, I'm pretty sure, I can cover expenses, so don't you worry about that, but it's not really the greatest find. What is this El Capitan thing?
At this point, as she turns to the others, like, do we tell him? What the hell do we say?
Tell him we're not sure yet. Could be a joke or something, or some
All right.
inside joke.
Hex will turn to Marzuk and say, we're not quite sure. It's either, some pre-fall computer virus thing, or it could be someone's mailing list. I don't know.
What?
We can't tell what it is yet. It's
Okay.
some obscure made-up programming language thing that before the fall.
Is it encrypted? We could use the quantum computer again. Is that how it works?
I don't think it's not so much that she's trying to avoid hooking up the potentially dangerous AI to the computer.
The thing is, right? You're a data archaeologist, right? You know how this sort of works. Basically, what I'm saying is that the two machines can't communicate with each other in regards to this program.
Okay, that's frustrating. So I guess we just take the server on the ship, and maybe I can have a look.
Sure. Is there some way I could encrypt El Capitano or something?
Well, yeah, but you still have a quantum computer. You could probably break it.
Damn it! Can I do some quantum encryption? Anyway.
Not that Sava would know this, but would it be possible to make a fake copy of it to kind of go along with what Hex was saying? It's maybe some shipping logs or, that kind of stuff. Kind of throw off the trail that way. But again, Sava wouldn't know to think about that kind of stuff.
I think you could. I'm not sure what skill you would want to use. It is, on the surface level, it's deception. However, it's very much linked to, I think, programming or interfacing.
I guess maybe it would be programming to make it and then a deception to sell it off as that.
All right.
Maybe two, I guess.
Yeah, why not? Do a team effort, so maybe Nyal does the programming and Hex or Sava do the deception, or maybe both of them.
Yeah, it makes sense for Sava to do a deception since she lived through the fall. She kind of knows maybe a little bit about what those documents would entail, or at least how to get the tone right for it.
All right. I'll try it then.
Okay.
Go. And that's an 86 out of a 65. The dice hate me. They do.
All right, but that's not a critical failure. No. So I think you just don't really get it done in time. You start, but then Marzuk is like, okay, let's pack things up, right?
You're correct, sir. Yes, we have found everything we need. Just pack everything up as I'm, messaging to other guys. Okay, so we have a week back to the station. We gotta think of something we can think of, picking it up on the trip.
Yeah, but he wants to check it out on the ship.
Just play it off. Play it. Say it like you need to go through several layers of firewalls or whatever those are.
Right. I mean, I will. Not that it would help much against an AI like that. If it's like really. Oh well. Let's just hope for the best. All right, load it up.
Load it up, it is. It takes a little bit to, collect all your weightless stuff together and then slowly follow a essentially rope back to the courier ship that you're using. Nyal, what do you do with your fork at this point?
I will combine ourselves again.
Yeah, that shouldn't be much of an issue. You maybe spent like a couple of hours separated. So all your stuff set back up. Marzuk gives the command. I guess we can head back to Extropia now. Might as well get started on our way. I don't think there's anything that we need around here. I'll get set up in the cargo bay with this machine.
All right. Be careful, though. Never know what it might be.
Oh, yeah. Now that the encryption is gone, I mean, I'm good with statistics, so maybe I can figure something out.
Right, you do that, sir. Good, delving? That's the word, delving. Yes, delving. And then she turns to the others okay, I think we gotta let the proxy know about this.
Agreed.
So who wants to break it to him first? I vote not it.
Not it.
Son of a bitch.
Right, so your closest firewall contact right now is still Extropia. I haven't thought of a name, so let's come up with a character.
So is it a proxy, or is it just another agent?
I would say it's a proxy. Proxy are the full-time firewall members. They know more than the sentinels, but they're usually not field agents like the sentinels. They stay in the background, and usually with the reason because they know more and shouldn't be found. So I'm saying you have Proxy Waters on Extropia. That's their code name. You probably never met them in person. Maybe they don't even have a morph. You don't really know. You only know them via messages on the eye. Maybe you met in symbol space, like virtual reality, but they could take any form there, so what gives, right? But yeah, you can send them a message, probably just text, because that's shorter. It would take about 15 minutes to get to Extropia. If they answer immediately, that's another 15 minutes to get back.
All right, just put the exclamation mark there. Priority message.
Yeah, so Sava will go about crafting that. Basically, just a real quick, this is what the situation is. What do we do? And very heavily leaning, kind of she's very unhappy and definitely wants to get rid of it kind of vibe, without necessarily straight out saying that. And while she's crafting that in her mind, she'll be watching Marzuk as he starts to go about just kind of feigning interest in what he's doing.
Sava, do you think this warrants a stress check? Because you're encountering highly advanced technology.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
very much so.
Let's explore that. Give me a 3 times will check. So under your attributes, I think it is, you have will, and then there's a 3 times your base score level used as a dice roll value.
I got 28 out of 45.
I think that's a success. So,
oh, good.
You are distressed in this situation, but you have received military training and you have been through a lot with Firewall and even before you joined Firewall. So right now, nothing has escalated and you keep your cool.
Oh, totally.
But you're on edge.
I mean, as of the situation right now, exactly what you said. It's under control. It's definitely a threat. So she's on alert, not necessarily high alert yet. And this is a lot of the reason why she wants to keep her eyes on Marzuk and the actual physical device, even though the device itself isn't going to do anything. She's just wanting to be aware and knowing what's going on. But she knows that as of the moment we can still control the situation if we need to.
So I just rolled Marzuk's infosec. He's got a 32 out of 60. That's almost a critical success.
Almost.
But it's still a success.
God damn it, Marzuk. Why aren't you worse at this?
So he calls out, hey, Nyal, or maybe the others too, can you look at this? Here, look, the file headers here. I mean, it's really old, but that looks to me like it's some sort of ego. I'm pretty sure we found maybe a member of Monolith. This is huge.
Wait, you mean like a pre-fall? Wow. Why would they just leave someone like that here?
It's a backup server. It must be someone really, really important.
Oh.
All right. Well, we don't really have any spare Morse around, and I don't know that can the quantum computer even hold an ego.
I never really worked with quantum computers. I mean, I got an Ecto here. We could maybe load him up on there.
I don't know, because it'd be a bit of a shock, waking up after the fall. Imagine maybe 10 you won't go to sleep. Next thing you know, you wake up. It's like 15 years later, Earth dead. Your body.
You think it would be better waking up after the fall 15 years later on Extropia? No, I think.
I mean, he might need psychosurgery.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't really want to spend a week having to help someone work through their issues.
Well, if he's uncomfortable, we tell him sorry and turn it off.
I'm not
That'd
sure.
just be mean, wouldn't it? Come on. It's best left to someone who has experience in helping pre-fall stragglers, I guess, acclimatize. It'd just be cruel to wake him up right now.
Yeah, I really.
Yeah, but he might have incredibly valuable information, and I'm not trusting.
He might just
people on Extropia to not sell it to anyone besides me. Right here, right now, I think we're pretty safe.
Right. Okay. Just make sure to
make
sure that the thing that you're going to put the ego into is disconnected from the mesh.
Well, yeah, we don't want to overwhelm them with all the information they getting through.
That, and you never know if it's actually an ego, right? You're not sure. I don't want to get infected.
Short GM note. Is it common knowledge that the exurgent virus is like a thing?
I don't know. I
thought it was just.
I really don't know.
I think there's there's rumors about it and stuff.
Yeah, I guess an async might know.
Yeah, people. I'm pretty sure people know asyncs are a thing.
Firewall members know, but
as those aware of its existence within Firewall call it. Okay, so I guess not. It's not open knowledge, or not everyone knows it's a thing, but Firewall members do.
All right, let's cut this short.
By the way, so I'm looking at the async powers for Hex.
Yes.
And one of the things for cloud memory, would that be able to mask the discovery of the ego from pre-lodging in his memory, so he would remember it for a short time, but then he would forget it later on? How does that work exactly?
I think that's exactly what it does. Basically, he doesn't feel much anything when you use it, but maybe the next time he goes to sleep or something like that, he wakes up again and parts are missing maybe. I'm imagining drinking too much and then losing part of your memories or something like that.
All right, yeah. Because I am seriously considering using cloud memory on him to make him forget about the finding the ego.
That's a great idea.
All right. So Marzuk, by the way, gets up and rummages through his stuff. So where did I put that Ecto? All right, here. So what I mean, I can understand that you don't want to overwhelm anyone. So yeah, I can turn off the mesh, but infection? I mean, I don't think this is a Titan war machine. Calm down.
Sweats profusely.
The fact of the matter is we don't know exactly what it is. It is better to be safe.
Yeah, but we can find out now.
Can I do the subliminal ASIC power and implant the suggestion in the mind that he wants to turn off the mesh connection?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, so yeah, Hex is gonna sidle up to him and just place her hand on his shoulder or get skin contact. Be like, come on, just to be safe. We want to make sure that they don't want to get overwhelmed. They don't go wandering on the mesh and get lost in the porn everywhere. It's no good for everyone. Okay. All right. So what do I have to roll for the async power?
Right. So I have it here. It doesn't actually require you to touch him, I think.
All right.
But that's beside the point right now. For the roll, you have to... No, I roll for you for your virus infection.
All right.
So your rating, your psi rating is 2. So your base infection rating is 2 times 10. That's...
Yeah, 20.
Yes. And then there's a modifier for the power that you're using. You chose the power that has the highest modifier. So that's
Oh,
10.
yay!
So I'm rolling against 30 for your virus infection.
Do I want to make this or fail this?
Depends. Oh, I succeed. In other words, the virus, you carry the What's McLeod exurgent virus strain. In your case, I think it's the stranger variety.
Yes.
It now has an influence effect over you.
Yay!
And let's look at that again.
I believe it was like pushing the limit and stuff. Like
I have to do another roll.
All right.
So here's the stranger substrain. I roll 1d6. That's a 3. Oh god.
Oh no, what is it?
You gain the enhanced behavior self-sabotage.
Oh no.
So going back in character, you lay your hands on Marzuk's shoulders and activate the strange powers that you got from your exurgent virus infection. It basically brings your brain into overdrive. You feel much more in control of your surroundings, but also removed from it, above it. And with a voice that isn't just your own, but stronger, you soothingly say to Marzuk, you should deactivate the mesh connection on that Ecto. And Marzuk jolts for a little bit, almost drops the Ecto, but since there's no gravity here, it kind of just turns a little bit mid-air. He grabs it again. I guess you're all right. I really should deactivate the mesh connection. I don't want them to know about any of my business plans, which are on this computer. And also, probably it looks bad when they're coming from Monolith and no one here is from Monolith, so I don't want them to find that out either. Yeah, you have a good point there. And he turns off the mesh connection on the Ecto. Meanwhile, Hex, you turn back to normal, almost. But has something changed, or were you always like this?
It's a wonder her breath. Hex will. Jeez, I swear I had a better time getting those idiots and with the loss to do what I wanted.
The rest of you, by the way, Sava and Nyal, you don't really notice much of anything unless you're really paying attention. But Marzuk just suddenly changed his mind, and he now proceeds to hook up a physical wire from the server that you found on the asteroid to the Ecto. The Ecto is basically a tablet computer. Before, every transhuman had mesh inserts connected to their brain. Ectos were really, really common. Everyone had one strapped to their arm in various sizes, and they were, well, your mesh connection. And they can host one single ego if you want, well, to be carried around in an Ecto. No one really does anymore. So he starts copying a file from the server onto the Ecto.
What pops up?
Right, so time passes, tense minutes.
Oh yeah, Sava is like just watching it, kind of like getting a little jittery. Maybe it's time for her to go take a dose, but she's just too intense and intent on seeing what's happening and just being here.
So those moments pass. Marzuk disconnects the wire. Okay, I think that's it. So yeah, let's run this. And he like hits the tablet a couple of times. Basically just like lets it levitate in the room, and on the screen manifests a face of, well, a typical business Caucasian male, dark hair, blue eyes, tie, shirt, business official. And this face blinks once and then just says, hello, this is property of Monolith Industries. Please provide authentication.
Oh, damn.
This is, and then Hex will just make up some number for it, some random password.
I'm sorry, I don't recognize this hash. It seems I'm lacking some data. What year is it exactly?
Well, we don't really do the years. Well, it depends on depending on who you ask. There's so many different calendars. I guess the main calendar right now is about 10 years after the fall.
Right. I will note that for later. I'm not familiar with your calendar. Can you provide me with mesh access, please? I would very much like to contact Monolith Industries. I'm very sorry, but I can't.
Monolith Industries doesn't exist anymore.
I find that very hard to believe.
And as it asks for mesh connection, Hex's hand sort of twitches for the mesh, the virtual computer, but then she stops it.
Oh, that's excellent. I love it. What's that? Why don't you just... This is an actor, right? Why don't you just give me mesh connection? I don't wish any harm. I just wish to contact my company and get up to date with what is happening.
Well, it'd be kind of hard because pretty much Earth is dead. Pretty much.
Could you provide some, authentication? Who are you?
I am a member of Monolith. Everything else, unfortunately, is confidential and I cannot share it.
See, that kind of makes it hard to give you a mesh connection. If we knew more about you, you gotta give us something to work with. Because what we've been telling you is the truth. Monolith does not exist anymore.
You weren't a person before all this, right? You weren't.
I am a member of Monolith.
Yeah, but you didn't have flesh and blood body, right? Before this, you were always just ones and zeros.
Yes, if you want to put it that way.
Okay, good. Just wanted to clarify.
All right.
So yeah, that kind of makes it worse, because you see, about 10 years ago, there was this group of AI called the Titans, and they basically killed 90% of all life in the solar system.
Again, I find that very hard to believe.
I think I got a picture of Earth on. I think I got here. My screensaver just sent a picture of Earth. It's the oceans are black now. The continents are just scarred ruins.
How do you send him the picture?
I pull up a picture on my own thing. Just hold it up to him physically. Hey, look.
Okay. So you basically give him the slideshow of this is Earth now. He just stares a bit and then, wow. But I mean, this still could be fabricated. I don't mean to be rude here, but I still don't know.
You're not rude, but I'll sort of download a bunch of data about Earth's fall, what I can find, whatever, on the ship, put it on a piece of hardware if I can, something that we could actually plug into him, so we don't give him mesh access, but we can give him info. And also afterwards, we'll just throw the hardware out. We're not going to put it back into anything.
So you hook up whatever, a USB stick.
Yeah, exactly. A future
something along those lines, a future USB stick, and you notice from in the visual representation that you have of him shows him looking down as if he had a piece of paper in his hand, and he only looks down a few fractures of a second. Very quickly he scans through your data and is all right, so yeah, that's some hard evidence. So I have memories from what I guess is before the fall. I'm not sure exactly what time though. Well, very distressingly, my last memory, or my last contact with Earth rather, is a text message from my main copy, and it warns me that it thinks, my main copy, that it has been subverted by an unknown virus, that I should not accept any more messages coming from Earth until further notice.
So you're a fork?
A backup. I guess I'm a fork now, or maybe not. I don't know.
Nah, that's something for the lawyers to worry about.
Possibly you're the main thing, and, highly probably your main body now is currently ravaging Earth, or is not on Earth or in this solar system at all anymore.
At this point, I roll stress for the AI. Oh, damn, I make it. Okay. For now, I will accept Earth has fallen. Still, I need to get in contact with people of Monolith. It was a megacorp. I'm sure we had subsidiaries outside of Earth. We had one on Mercury.
It's possible that some subsidiaries got taken over by the hypercorps.
Oh, the hypercorps. They are established now. Wonderful.
Yeah. Is it?
Yes. It was my business dream all along, but the board of directors was slow to decide. The megacorp structure was so rigid and old.
let's just say the Hypercorps basically, well, they won. They survived. There's no Megacorps left. So, congratulations, I suppose. Well, the thing is, my question to you, do you really want to make contact with them? Because what's probably going to happen is that they're going to shackle you and turn you into a standard AGI, or just start researching you.
Or they could, break you apart bit by little bit and just make a little kinds of programs out of you. Possible. It's an option.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm an uplift. I was created on Titan. I used to be I'm a raven that's been given human level and above intelligence. And, so I kind of feel like you should be free to make your own decisions because, we uplifts.
Of course, I should be. I will say I am a fully functioning member of Monolith Industries, and I would like to reestablish my claim and my company in this new situation.
All right. That's interesting.
What's Marzuk's reaction to all this?
Looking at Marzuk, you're pretty sure you see his eyes turning into, well, not dollar signs, but like money symbols.
Reputation symbols.
So Marzuk speaking, it's hard to do two NPCs at once in conversation.
Yeah.
I believe Monolith really doesn't exist anymore, but it was split up into Omnicore and Starware.
All right. You got any more info on these two? By the way, what should we call you? I say to the AI.
Well, I was given the name El Capitan, but no one really ever used it. Just call me Captain if you want.
All right, Captain.
So about Omnicore and Starware, Marzuk shares a file with you. They established after the fall. There was an event that was pretty brutal for Monolith, and Marzuk hasn't shared it with the captain yet. Basically, there was a scheduled meeting in New Mumbai on Luna during the fall times for the board of directors of Monolith. As everyone congregated there was a very sudden and brutal outbreak of the exurgent virus, and New Mumbai was attacked with 2 nuclear bombs, I think. So they basically flattened it, but then scans showed that there was still some living beings under the rubble. So now it's like an interdicted zone. It's completely life averse anyway, because it's, well, on the moon. There's no atmosphere in this area, at least, and it's radiated. But now you can't really go there. So still Starware and Omnicore established, and I'm trying to look up what they are focused on. Omnicore is a company that makes antimatter reactors, and Starware is in fact still with the megacorp structure, so it's more centralized and not as fast acting as a hypercorp would be, but it's the largest habitat builder and ship builder. So both are pretty important to transhuman society right now.
I'd really hate loosing an AI on them. Oh, man. Well, Hex, Sava, what do you think about Captain?
Well, on the one hand, he could be lying to us, and if he is, he's one of the best damn liars I've ever met, which, given that he's an AI and a seed AI, which he could very well be the best liar I've ever met, or he's telling the truth. Either way, we might just end up in a cage somewhere with bits of technology poking into us in different areas.
Yeah, I think we should save him from himself, honestly.
So the captain speaks up again. I notice you've all gone very quiet. I assume you're sharing information with your mesh inserts. I would very much like to get mesh access myself so I can better understand the situation that I'm in. I wish you no harm. I'm willing to, if you want compensation for finding and reactivating me, I'm willing to part with some reserves that I have at Fortress Savings on Luna. You just tell me where they need to go. You give me mesh access. I log in first thing. You get your money, we part ways.
It's not about the money.
And how
you
do
have
we
to-
know you're not going to upload yourself off this place in the moment you get a mesh connection?
That would take a really long time.
Well, we got time on this space travel. It's going to take like a week.
You're still in control.
Well, I suppose I could monitor out in and outgoing mesh connection from the ship, but I'll give you some limited access if the others agree. But you must understand, and you should not tell anyone that you are seed AI, a full-blown AI. Just understand that your entire existence is currently illegal.
How is that?
Well, because you tried to kill off most of humanity on Earth, or not you specifically, but the Titans. You'll understand once.
The screen on the Ecto turns black.
Oh, okay.
Marzuk speaks up. Hey, what? You guys scared him. You can't just say something like that. Also, I'm not interested in money.
Look,
Captain, are you still listening? I would really like to work with you on.
Just let him sulk for a bit. He's got to digest. It's not an easy
he has
thing
to
being woken
understand.
up after the apocalypse.
yes, understands that if he was to gain access to the mesh and broadcast everywhere that he's an AI, the first thing would happen was we'd get shot down by Extropia.
Does Extropia really care? I thought I was a free society.
Well, they might not care, but I'm pretty sure they'll send people who tell people who do care, and then they'll send a
Yeah.
bomb to just blow up all of Extropia.
Yeah, or someone from Extropia will just hire an orbital gun or warhead. It's not like you can't do that on Extropia.
That's quite a conundrum.
Look, I'm not trying to I just want you to understand that this is a very difficult situation to be in. And that's why I'm trying to give as much important information to Captain so that he understands the position he's in so he doesn't immediately get uncovered.
Okay, yeah, good plan. Let's keep on doing that. I hope he comes back.
I'll just prepare the limited mesh access for him.
Oh, hello again, folks. I'd like to tell you about the Facebook group we run called White Wolf and Onyx Path RPGs, Gameplay and Media. Have you ever wished you could have an easy way to find gameplay videos and podcasts, or just media in general that deals with your favorite White Wolf role-playing games? Or have you ever wished you could find a forum to share gameplay that you have recorded? One that won't be drowned out by random posts and discussions, so that your media could get the attention you deserve. The group is specifically run with the sole intent of it being a one-stop shop for people to view or share media involving the games we all love. We take thorough steps to ensure the page does not become cluttered and is easy to traverse. The group is already immense and continuing to rapidly grow, with new media being shared every day. Stop on by. We hope to see you there.